Hey internet, my name is Mel, and I want to say something about my last video. My last video, I had mentioned that I get really into, like, movies, books, anime, stuff like that, and I had mentioned how I had watched the first season of Sword Art Online, and I wanted to binge watch it again, but then I didn't realize, oh wait, there's also a second season, so that day, instead of rewatching the first season, I just watched the second season, and then Monday, the 15th, I binge watched the first season, and either today after filming and editing this video, or tomorrow, I'm going to be binge watching the second season, because if an anime is good enough, or not necessarily good enough, but if I really enjoy it, then I will watch it more than once, and Sword Art Online it's up there. It's definitely, so far, my favorite anime, along with Attack on Titan. But that's not what this video is about, obviously, by the title. But I'm going to be talking about horror movies, and I know a lot of people probably don't like horror movies, but I honestly like a lot of movie genres. I love horror, I love comedy, obviously, who doesn't like to laugh? I like mystery, suspense. I basically like every kind of movie, as long as I think it's good. And I want more specifically to talk about horror movies because I'm hoping to see a horror movie next week. It's called Lights Out. If you don't know what it is, you should search the preview for it. It looks freaky and wicked and good, and I want to see it really bad. So I'm hoping to see it next week. That means you'd get a movie review next week. But yeah, and I'm kind of freaking out, but really excited because with this video, I am going to say, like, things that happen to me, like how horror movies affect me, and, like, it's not bad, I guess, but it's not good either, I guess, and that's what's gonna happen in the next few minutes. So, what happens with, like, movies, if during the movie some things come out from under a bed or pop up behind you or something happens in the dark, then I get really, really paranoid. Like, one movie that I watched was The Visit, which was honestly more funny than scary, but one scary part in it was a character came out from under a bed and, like, attacked one of the other characters, basically, and so that kind of made me paranoid, and I'm just like, okay, I don't want to hang my feet over my bed now, and it always freaked me out. And, like, another horror movie, like Insidious, when that red monster thingy, whatever it's called, popped up behind you, I was scared to look behind me, and I'm scared right now. I'm making myself paranoid making this. But also things like, just things that happen in the dark. I am already afraid of the dark, okay? That is already one of my biggest fears, and I'm afraid of the supernatural, and honestly, if I'm being honest, I believe in the supernatural, like, I believe in ghosts and spirits and stuff, so that doesn't exactly help my fear of the supernatural or my fear of the dark, because then it gets me paranoid. I hear something, and I'm the only one in the house, or I'm the only one awake, and then I'm just kind of like, kinda don't want to do anything right now except stay here. Yeah. That happened last night, actually. I was freaking out a little bit last night. I don't even know what. I guess I was thinking of this video and all these movies and stuff that I've seen, and I was making myself paranoid, and I had my door closed, but I have a cat, and so I have my cat's food and stuff in my room, so I have to leave my door open when I sleep, and I had to open the door then and get up because it was closed, and I was just like, I mean, I should, but I kind of don't want to get up now. I'm kind of freaking myself out. So, just making myself paranoid because of horror movies. I love horror movies. It is one of my favorite genres of movies. I love them. But they make me paranoid, and it sucks because of certain fears that I have as well. But that shouldn't... I don't want to say this though, but then have you guys be like, oh, now I'm gonna be paranoid if you don't get paranoid. So keep watching horror movies. Horror movies are really, really good. But that just ends up happening with me all the time after seeing horror movies. And it really annoys me and drives me crazy sometimes. But it's also kind of amusing as well. Just looking at myself and just be like, what? I don't know. So, yeah. And if this happens to you guys, and you guys make yourself paranoid after watching horror movies, or what kind of things that you've been through, comment those down below, because I'd like to read those and know that I'm not the only one that gets paranoid after watching horror movies. And, yeah. Also, there may or may not be a video next week, as my grandma, who lives across the country, is coming into town, and she's going to be visiting us for the next, week and a half, and so I only get to see her for this week and a half basically every year, and so there may or may not be a video. If there's not a video, there's a heads up, but if there is, then it means I found time to make one and get one up and stuff. And it might be a movie review if I go and see Lights Out next week, and I'm hoping I can, but just a heads up, there may or may not be one. I will let you guys know via Twitter, so you can check my Twitter out and look out for that. So, that is all for today's video. If you liked it, smack that like button and click subscribe if you want to see more of my face. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!